What's up, guys? It's KB. Make sure you subscribe to the Underground Sports Philadelphia YouTube channel. Click the bell icon down below so you don't miss a single video from us. And thanks for tuning in to another video from Underground Sports Philadelphia. Now let's get into it.
Philadelphia, baby, you're going to love it. Best sports fans in the world. Actually, the worst, but that's what makes them the best.
In the words of my brother-in-law and trusted co-host who is in Italy right now, welcome back to Top Bins, the show breaking down everything in the world of football, soccer, whatever you decide to call it, across England, Italy, and just the fun shenanigans that happen when I am on this show. I am your fill-in co-host, KB, Kyle, joining me, as he does every week on this podcast, the one and only Dominic Pontari. Dom, how you doing, man?
I am chilling like a villain, man. We just got done the little Top Bin spin-off pilot episode of Foot Boys. So that is a FIFA podcast, FIFA Ultimate Team, but the AFC Ultimate Team coming up soon. So you don't have to listen to me make all my FIFA references now on Top Bins. I have an outlet so I can go talk about all of that. Maybe I'll have Matt on there one day. I do have an idea for one of the episodes this summer when the content's kind of lulling. It's definitely going to be an interesting episode if he decides to come on. So it was fun.
Yeah.
But I'm happy to keep the Top Bins episodes rolling, even when Matt's on his honeymoon enjoying Italy, the Tuscan sun. You know,
that has double meaning there.
Yeah,
Mac's nickname could be the Tuscan Sun.
Listen. It's I'm jealous, but I'll be doing that in about a year. So I'm going to be asking him a lot of questions once he gets back.
They seem to be thriving. The time difference of communication between Sarah and myself is hilarious. Because I'll
like
wake
6 or
up
7
to
hours.
messages from her, and I'm like, "What are you doing? It is like 3 a.m. Go to bed." And she's like, "It's 9 a.m. here," and she's all chipper and ready to roll. And I'm like, "Oh, right, you're not here."
That's funny.
So yeah, we took last week off for the old holiday festivities and all that good stuff, but we are back. Just some fun banter stuff. It's typical off-season things. We found some fun topics to discuss, some jersey rankings that we're gonna potentially dive into, and Dom, the Captain America, is heading to Italy as well.
I gotta talk about that, baby. That's how we're gonna open this up, man. That's how we're gonna open this up.
Speak your truth.
First of the Chelsea Football Club supermarket constantly has been feeding AC Milan players. I mean, it's been back and forth. We sell them players, they'll sell us players, back and forth, so on and so forth, right? So a couple years ago, right, Milan signed Giroud, Milan signed Tomori. Milan earlier this month signed Ruben Loftus-Cheek, the center midfielder, and now they brought over Christian Pulisic. Hey, listen.
Rocking the number, too.
Yeah. Number 11. That's my boy's number. It's crazy, right? But hey, let's hope he lives up to it. Rafael Leao has also changed his number. He went from 17 to 10. I think that's very fitting.
That's good jersey analytics right there.
It's a good number right there. So that's serious. That's serious right there. Pulisic with the number 11. I love that number. I love him. It's very controversial. It's kind of like a split thing with the Milan fan base. They don't know where he's going to play. You know, he's a natural left winger. So, you know, obviously he's not going to start. That's Rafael Leao's position. However, he has played center attacking mid, that number 10 position for Dortmund. He's done it a little bit for Chelsea. He has the possibility to play on the right wing. I mean, Alexis Salamakers has been told that if he wants more playing time, he's going to need to find a new club. So that can only tell me that either Pulisic is getting that right winger spot or that Milan has something cooking for a right winger. They did sign that one Argentinian kid. I don't remember his name off the top of his head. I think he can play on the right. So there's some options coming in for Milan right now. So it's a very interesting time for them. They've still got a couple other players to get into the club or to sign or some spots that need some filling. But I think that the Pulisic is a nice little pickup for them.
And I don't know if you saw the tweet from Men in Blazers yesterday. Apparently, AC Milan looking at Balogun as well.
Yes, Florian Balogun and Jonathan David are two of the strikers that Milan want to bring in as like a rotational thing with Giroud. My takeaway from that is that obviously Giroud is kind of in his twilight of his career. And you can't really count on him to be your out and out goal scorer every season now. He will provide big moments for you. He will play well, but you can't expect him to stay healthy now at his age for an entire season. So I also think that they may be looking into some two striker sets or a different kind of formation, maybe as like some center forwards, and Leao can be a little more central, but still just wide to the left. Balogun would be amazing, but so is Jonathan David. Both of them have lit up the French league for their respective teams. Jonathan David has kind of been on everybody's radar for the last few years. Balogun, if you were an Arsenal fan, you already knew about him for a while, but he really has burst onto the scene now in France. So, I mean, if he doesn't sign with Arsenal, I wouldn't see why Milan wouldn't want to pick him up. I think that he is one of the best talents that America has right now. The fact that he decided to play for the United States instead of Nigeria, I think he has Nigerian nationality.
I'll pull that up.
I could be wrong about that, but he has English eligibility. He did already play for the England like under whatever's, but he had like U.S. nationality and then one other one. But he decided to play for the U.S., which is huge. I think that's huge for the U.S. soccer fans.
He's only 22.
Yeah, he's young as hell, dude. I would love for them to sign him. I'd be elated.
Looking here. It was England, U.S.
I could be wrong. And that was kind of low-key racist from me for saying that then.
No, he expressed Nigeria.
Yeah, okay, yeah, that's what I thought. I knew that. So yeah, it's sick. I would like for them to sign at least one of those two guys. Balogun would be sick.
I love that his recruitment tour with the United States for him to play for the U.S. national team was watching Orlando Magic and the New York Knicks play in Florida.
Yeah, they brought him to like a basketball game and shit. It was like, yeah, yo, like this
welcome
is the
to
life,
Real
right?
Hooper Hours.
Yeah, this is the life, right? It's funny. It's so funny.
I mean, you got to be thriving though with just all this happening for your club.
So. It's a weird time. I don't know. I think I was on the show when the news of like the Maldini firing was happening and all that kind of stuff. So, it's a weird time where the owners don't want to spend too much money, but it seems like, in order for them to spend money, they had to sell some players. So it makes sense why they've sold, like Brahim Diaz got sold and some other guys or like Tonali got sold. So there's the Premier League money coming in and being used now. So, you got to say goodbye to a couple people to bring a couple other people in. I think that Jeffrey Moncada, the guy that they put in place of Maldini, he did his work at Roma. You can see the fruits of his labor paying off there, and he's a really good sporting director. I have faith in him. I don't have faith in the ownership group, Redbird Capital and what's his name? I don't even Jeffrey Cardinale. I think it's Jeff, but it's Cardinale for sure. He's like the owner of a Major League Baseball team or something too. He said he wants to run AC Milan like the Moneyball Athletics.
Ugh.
Yeah, dude. Like when that all came out, I was like, bro, what?
What are you talking
about? He didn't say that like word for word, but essentially what he was saying was like we have like a team of like analytics and like people like sports scientists and mathematicians and stuff to like, figure out like risk and these players and to see if they're worth like putting in and putting the money out for them and this and that. And like, dude, oh my God.
I'm looking up this guy, Jerry Cardinale.
Yeah, dude, he's scum. He's scum of the earth. That's what he is. That's what he is.
That's like,
yeah, man.
Does he not realize when Moneyball Athletics happened? Like, that was like early 2000s.
Yeah. Do you know what like the world, the sport of football is run by now? Saudi oil money. Okay. You see it happening in the Premier League. Like the reason Manchester City has been so successful over the last decade, Saudi money. The reason that Newcastle has this resurgence in their club and bought Sandro Tonali, which is one of Milan's best players,
and bought the club. PGA Tour.
Yeah, they bought the entire profession. American.
They are merging with the PGA Tour.
Yeah, like are you?
The owner of Newcastle did that.
The Saudi Soccer League has signed so many big name players, no matter at what point they are in their career. But guys like N'Golo Kante and Karim Benzema and Cristiano Ronaldo and all these other guys are going to Saudi Arabia to play now because they're trying to up the quality of the league by bringing these big boys in. It's big money is what runs the sport. I don't care about FIFA financial fair play and stuff. You got to put money into the club. You got to spend money to be successful. That's how you win modern football. That's just how it is. And you want to run a sustainable project and this and that. And I get it. Like that's what Arsenal did. And Arsenal were mediocre for years. And then Arsenal finally start to spend money. And look, they challenged City for a title. Now they're spending more money. And look, they're going to challenge for a title again. In my opinion, that's what they're going to do next year. And
this guy's part of the Yankees.
Yes.
He built the Yes Network.
Yeah. Yeah. So like he's taken like a very slow but steady like approach. And the thing is like Milan has been doing that for years now. And like we're finally at a point like in the club where like if you spend a little bit of money, we could win more, right? Like they won the league and they didn't handle it correctly. They didn't bring in the right people. And then they got a new ownership group and they haven't really been doing it, right? Now they're trying to make a sustainable approach. I get it. They want to build a new stadium. And in Italy, it's a bitch to try to get a new stadium put in. And then when you do that, there's so many financial implications and sacrifices that you have to make, right? You have to make sure that all the players are on the right salary. You can't really spend a lot for players. Arsenal had to deal with this when they were in their transition from Highbury to the Emirates. It happens. It's how you rebound from that. I don't know if a lot of this is because they're trying to set up and prepare for that so that they can still sustainably run the club during the construction of a new stadium. But who knows? I mean, Barcelona's going through it right now. The Camp Nou recently just got demolished. RIP. That place. Oh my God. As a soccer fan myself, like that's one place that I'm going to regret not being able to go experience a game at. Like to be able to go to the Camp Nou and just see that. It's going to be the same thing for the San Siro. I won't be able to go to a soccer. I'm going in the summer to Italy. I'm not going to be able to go to a soccer game. And I'm not going to be able to go watch AC Milan play in their historic stadium. The stadium's probably going to be gone. You know, it's sad, but you know, it's what these teams have to do to try to keep up with all these teams that get the money from Saudi Arabia or from other investors that are willing to spend. Milan's kind of falling behind on the times when they used to be a trailblazer. They used to set the standard. They don't set the standard anymore. They follow other people's standards.
Makes even more sense why Christian Pulisic was a target now.
Yeah.
From an ownership standpoint.
Doesn't it make sense? Why do you think they've been targeting Yunus Musa? Right?
Yep.
They've been trying to bring the Americans into AC Milan. It's very weird. It's a little weird.
It's also pretty interesting how like these baseball owners are getting into professional soccer. Yep. I saw it with the Dodgers owner and the guy from DraftKings buying into Chelsea after everything happened with old buddy who got pressed out for rightfully so reasons. But it's interesting how it's like now, the baseball ownership groups want to come into soccer. Obviously, you have Fenway Sports and everything with Liverpool and
and LeBron James.
Mm-hmm.
So like you're seeing more than just no. You know what? You know what's really funny and doesn't make a lot of sense? What does every baseball team do? Spend exuberant sums of money for players.
There's no cap.
Like, have you ever seen the money that's spent for baseball players?
And the amount we're going to see this winter when Shohei Ohtani is a free agent?
Crazy.
There have been baseball executives talking about people saying, what's a fair price for Shohei Ohtani? And people have said $500-600 million. You're like, you're way too low.
Do you know what worries me? That the ownership groups from these baseball teams are getting involved in soccer so they can make more money so that they can afford the money that they're giving these players in the Major League Baseball. That's all it is for them. It's a way, let me sustainably run this soccer club because it's one of the biggest clubs in Europe and I'll make a lot of money. And then that money can be used to invest into my baseball team so I can sign Shohei Ohtani on a 10-year deal and keep him locked in my club for his prime. We may not win a World Series, but we got him. That's going to sell jerseys. You know what I mean? Like that's all that they care about is the money that's coming back into their pocket. They don't care about the traditions and you know what the club means to these people in Europe because they're disconnected from it. They don't live there. They don't understand it.
And if you ask anybody in Europe, like I've listened to like troops, talk about like ownership groups and stuff. Like in Liverpool, they fucking hate John Henry. They hate Fenway Sports Group.
The Manchester United fans hate the Glazers.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's crazy. A lot of these like the old guard, the bigger teams that you've grown up seeing at the top, even Barcelona, right? Barcelona, AC Milan, Manchester United, even I don't know if I want to consider Chelsea up top with them, but I mean they won a Champions League recently, so
and I mean we deal with it with a team we root for here. Who owns Crystal Palace? Harris Blitzer Entertainment.
Yeah. It's very weird. It's very weird, and it's concerning. It's more concerning when they get involved throughout the world. It makes sense that they would be getting involved in England. There's a lot of money. That TV deal that the Premier League has is crazy. So the amount of money that league generates anyway is stupid. So it makes sense why these people want to, like I said, it's a way for them to make money for the other team that they own that doesn't have a salary cap, right? All the other American sports have a salary cap. European, like world soccer has like the FIFA financial fair play, but that just means that you have to have a lot of money going out. That is also like compared to coming in so that your books are balanced. You can't like put your team in major debt, like kind of deal, but like there isn't like a said cap, right? Each team has a different cap set by their ownership group. Like this is how much we can spend. Right. Like,
and that's kind of like baseball. Like there is the luxury tax, but 9 times out of 10, if you're a team that wants to win, you're going to spend the tax.
Yeah, exactly. So it's kind of like now, right? Like, Real Madrid may be looking to sell Valverde and one other player so that they can have the money to go all in on Mbappe, right? Like that's, there it is right there. Right. And it's just very weird. I don't know. It's, I don't really know. I don't feel like I'm in the right place to speak on it too, because I don't come from any of the places that the majority of the fans of these teams come from, right? I'm a foreign fan of a team, and I kind of, have to look from the outside in when it comes to an issue like this.
And it is also fascinating, like on a lower scale, but like it's more in our faces because they are American and they are celebrity. It feels like because they're helping them get better and investing in the club, you look at a Wrexham with McElhaney and Ryan Reynolds, like they feel like it feels like from our perspective at least, or at least my own, like they're beloved over there.
I think that they're doing it right.
Yeah.
They're doing the right thing.
It's
and they're
not like
taking
this like money hungry billionaire mindset. It's this we want to be successful at all costs, even though we are these famous faces mindset.
And I think that it's a little different because they respect the sport. They respect the culture around the club and its fans. They didn't just go and spend crazy money to buy a big club, right?
Mm-hmm.
They took a club that was playing like non-league football and brought them up like, or sorry, they were playing like league football, but now they're in the championship. Like they've invested money. They've run the club a certain way. They put people in positions of power to like help run that club right. They've put the club on like the map, right? Because
got
like
them a docu-series on Hulu.
Yeah, there's a docu-series. They have all these new sponsors and like because you're seeing like what is the Stone Brew coffee or whatever that I'm seeing all of those ads on Twitter, right? So like Wrexham is like in your face. They're not even a Premier League club.
Mm-hmm.
Like the scenes, if they would make the Premier League, but like being able to put the money, they're doing it the right way, right? When you come into the club, you respect the culture and traditions of the club and the fan base, and you kind of want to make sure that they're pleased, right? You got all of these like guys that know nothing about the sport coming in from America that just see it as another business opportunity. It's a lot of the hedge fund guys.
Mm-hmm.
Like they're not like just regular celebrities getting into this. Like LeBron got into it because he likes the sport and he liked the club, right? Like he's not Todd Bowley, who's like, oh, Chelsea needs a new owner. Chelsea's a cool club. They won the Champions League like 2 years ago.
Right.
Let me, hop on this and see if I can make them a winning club. Let me go spend stupid money and promise these players huge amounts of money, but chunked up over 10 years. And let's make this club a winning club. And what happened? They finished 12th. Right? I worry for what's going to happen with Milan in the same way where like, okay, let's make sure you run this the right way. Or next thing you run is the risk of running or finishing back down below 8th. And all this work that's been done from like 2015 to now is gone.
Mm-hmm.
Right? It's been almost a decade since Milan last won their Scudetto, and then they won one, and now you're just handling the club all wrong, and you're sending them back down into the pits. Right? It's concerning.
Yeah, I mean, you just look at some of the like. With the ownership and even with McElhaney and Ryan Reynolds, like they just bought into Formula One too. Like, doing it the right way and going into not one of these top tier racing clubs. They're doing, right in the middle, but they're doing it the right way, and they're gonna be even more beloved. Unlike these, like you said, the hedge funds and stuff like that, where like on the surface, no matter where you live, you're viewed as a snake if you're a hedge fund manager or a billionaire or something like that to the masses because you're not relatable.
Yep. So I don't know how it's going on. What's this kit thread you're talking about?
You quote tweeted one of them.
Oh, I did?
Yeah, talking about.
Let me go on Twitter.
Let me see here. It was your tweet where he said they wanted De Zerbi to feel like he was actually managing Sassuolo again.
Oh, okay, yeah. I love Soccer Bible. So what, you wanted to talk about this?
Just going through some of them and seeing the kits for 23-24.
This Arsenal one is fire. The Arsenal home jersey. Whoo! What is that? I may have to buy that, dude. That's what happens
when you have a Giannis Antetokounmpo type season where it's just a step in the right direction.
That is sharp. Aston Villa.
I like their colors.
Yeah, I don't like the jersey. Like, what did they do to the crest? Did they do a new crest? It's weird.
Yeah.
Ew. and I just don't like how their sponsors look on their jersey.
Yeah, it's a
The
weird
pattern in the maroon looks kind of weird. Like Brentford, the ombre's cool, but yeah, you just look like a bum ass team, to be honest. Like you
It
look
looks like a. It looks like an alternate universe like referee kit. Like if refs had like red instead of black and white.
it looks like one of those generic ass jerseys you got to create in like
Yeah.
Winning 11 or like a video game or something. Like, oh, that's what you can have for your team's jersey.
They also look like they're in the background of a music video for that promotional photo.
They're in like some old ass like pub. Like it's creepy. Crystal Palace. It looks like they're just trying to rip off like the 2009 Barcelona jersey.
Crystal Palace looks like the meme of the Crips and the Bloods holding their bandanas up together.
I feel like Everton. That's a clean jersey. That's crisp.
That's not bad.
For a team that barely stayed in the league. Yeah, that's a nice little jersey. Fulham always has the worst jerseys. I don't know. They have such a nice color palette, and their jerseys are always ugly. Ever since like Clint Dempsey played for them, like they have just been awful jerseys. I can't think of one nice looking Fulham jersey that I've ever seen. And if you're listening to this and you can give me one, at me on Twitter.
The minimal like opacity pinstripes.
It's so weird. I don't like it. It's
very weird.
It looked that you want to talk about an alternate. That looks like an NBA ref. That looks like an NBA
like
ref.
Tim Donaghy.
I don't. Why are one set of Adidas stripes on the shoulder red and the other one's white? I don't like.
I just noticed that. That's
like
weird.
That,
that's weird. I just noticed that when you said that.
Yeah.
That's weird.
This Liverpool jersey is cool with like the raised like pattern on it. That's a cool home jersey. But the away, what the hell is that?
Change of pace.
Like I get like they sometimes do like that green jersey or something like that. They've done it in the past, but ew, no.
It looks like It looks like a Minecraft creeper on there.
Yeah. Another.
I'm sorry, Matt.
We have another boring old Manchester City jersey. They have those raised pinstripes, which are kind of cool, but it's boring. It's your normal City jersey. Boring. What is, all these teams are trying to do like the fancy like patterns now. They're bringing back that like idea from the 90s, but like they're a lot more subtle. Like this Manchester United one, it's clean, it's cool. I think there's been way better Manchester United jerseys in the past, but it's all right. Newcastle, the home jersey's clean. I like the green jersey.
I like the green a lot.
The green's cool. Tottenham's shit. I don't care about their jersey. They're always shit. It basically looks like the Liverpool jersey.
Yeah.
Just with Tottenham stuff. Fuck them.
Wolves isn't bad.
What are they trying to be? Spain 2010? Like that's
good call.
Like what is that jersey? It's not their
color. I can't tell what the pattern is.
Yeah, neither can I. It's weird.
I don't know if it's just like the photo they used or if it is the pattern.
You know what? For as much shit that I gave Brentford for their jersey, this Bournemouth jersey is nice. I like this. And it's not just because it's the same colors as a Milan jersey.
I was going to say
it does look nice, but even a jersey can be ruined by the sponsor company on the front. This one goes very well with the red and black. I really do like that. That's a very nice jersey. Chelsea, that is ugly. What the hell is that?
That's like generic jersey 7, like in creative team.
Club is a joke. That club is a joke. All right.
That is boring.
So you want to talk about the like maroon, the brown with the light blue done right. You look at a West Ham jersey. Yep. You don't look at Aston Villa. You look at a West Ham jersey.
That's clean.
That's a clean. Even those like little like white feather looking accents like on the jersey, even though they're kind of random.
It looks good.
Kind of cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I do like see what I mean? Like the Betway across, it's just clean. Like
Yep.
it looks good. Yeah, I talked about this Brighton away jersey. It just looks like Sassuolo. The American Express, it just speaks money. Like, yeah, that's whatever. Crystal Palace away, what is that? That's not cool. And Burnley, another one where it's just you're maroon and blue, right? It's Burnley never has a weird looking home jersey. It always looks the same. There's nothing exciting about it. What would my favorite one be? Arsenal. That Arsenal one is different. It's unique. I like it a lot. That's the one. How can Adidas make that and then make the monstrosity that's the Fulham kit? I don't get it.
Yeah, Burnley now part owner J.J. Watt.
No, really. Interesting.
Yeah, he's he bought in, kind of like how Malcolm Jenkins bought into the club he bought into a couple years ago.
Mm-hmm.
But J.J. Watt's like campaigning for Burnley like everywhere. Anytime he's doing like media appearance, he's got the Burnley hat on. He's doing the rounds.
It's interesting. So has this episode with of Hot Ones come out yet?
Comes out by the time everybody's listening to this, it'll be out. But Harry Kane on Hot Ones was something I was not expecting.
Listen, he's trying to get his brand out there. He's trying to get out of Tottenham, but I know that Bayern have come in with another offer, trying to get him to come over. So, Harry Kane eating some chicken wings, and that'll be a sight to see.
I'm intrigued by the questions that Sean Evans is going to ask him.
Yeah, because he always asks good questions.
Sean is one of the best interviewers on the planet.
Like, next to Nardwar.
Like
yeah.
The stuff that Sean finds about these people.
That's what I mean.
Like, in the environment, too, of, like, the hot sauce in front of everybody that only Sean Evans is accustomed to because he's been doing it for so long. Like, I'm intrigued to see the types of questions he gets asked.
Yeah. I'm also intrigued to see how much curry Harry Kane eats on a regular basis in England, because dealing with the spice levels that are in there, it may be too much for an Englishman.
I'm gonna see if I can pull up the lineup for this season of Hot Ones. Yeah, here we go. So this season on Hot Ones, season 21 of this show.
Jeez.
And they just keep getting better. Let's see. So they have their own that they start with, which is the classic, which is like a chili maple, and it's Scoville of 1600, so it's kind of like your base level hot sauce.
Easy.
Number 2 is curry verde sauce.
Sounds fire.
Which is the main ingredients are coconut, lime, lemongrass. It's Thai inspired.
Yeah, I was gonna say that sounds like a Thai green. That sounds
6,000 on the Scoville units.
That's cake, light work.
Then they have the zesty lemon pepper, which is from the Krabby Shack.
That sounds delicious.
It's citrusy lemon pepper and habanero.
Lovely.
15,500 on the Scoville units.
Nothing.
Then they have Chicho Ghost Hot Sauce, which is Chili Lengua de Fuego is the name of that one.
Hot tongue.
Sweet smoked garlic and ginger, 36,500 Scoville. That's number 4 on the lineup. And if nobody listening is not familiar with Hot Ones, they have 10 in the lineup here. Then they have another Hot Ones own brand, which is Los Calientes Rojo, smoky sweet complex. Then they have the Spicy Shark, which great branding on that label, by the way. No free ads, but great label. It's fruity, masala, and Reaper.
Ooh.
71,000 on the Scoville units.
Little spicy Indian style. I like it.
Carolina Reaper ghost peppers with sweetness from banana, coconut, sweet potato, and an Indian-inspired mix.
That sounds heavenly.
Yeah.
Mmm.
Then we have Adobo Loco, which is jalapeno chico.
Fire.
Scorpion pepper.
Hell yeah.
103,000 on the Scoville units.
I'm going to start sweating.
Then we have what is regarded as the worst thing ever created, the bomb beyond insanity.
That's where I would die. That right there is where I would die doing the hot buns challenge. I may be able to do stuff afterwards, but right there is where I die.
135,000 on the Scoville.
Yeah.
And then this one, because like the bomb is regarded as like there's no flavor. It's just gross.
Yeah,
the ones after it, everyone's like, it's hot, but it has like a flavor to it. Number 9 is from Alchemy Peppers, Watermelon Ghost hot sauce. So it's got floral taste to it, watermelon and hops. It's got the ingredients are watermelon puree, ghost pepper, red bell pepper, peach puree, water, mango puree, garlic salt, citric acid, and hops.
Oh! Put those on slap those on an order of 10 wings and give me a hazy IPA and I'm gonna love my life.
641,000 on the Scoville.
Whoa! Whoa!
And then they have the last one, which is another Hot Ones brand, which is the last Dab Apollo.
Yeah, that shit looks good, but that shit looks hot.
Yeah.
Isn't that like 1 million?
Scoville units to be determined.
Yeah, they've never gotten it.
Yeah,
it's been out for a long time, and they still have never gotten the Scoville units. It's broke the chart.
So Harry Kane's gonna have to endure all of that.
Yeah, that's going to be a little.
Harry Kane's the bomb clip is going to potentially be in the Idris Elba, Shaquille O'Neal, Paul Rudd stratosphere of it being an internet meme for life.
Oh, that's funny.
But that was interesting. Harry Kane making his way to Hot Ones. I also found it very interesting that we have a United States-based soccer league, the USL.
You didn't know this?
Voting on promotion relegation. Well, I saw this, but I was
no, I'm not talking about this. I thought I just meant the league. Did you know like the USL?
I knew it existed. Yeah,
Okay.
But the fact that it's an American-based league, tinkering and proposing the idea of promotion and relegation is fascinating.
So this idea of promotion and relegation, is it including the MLS in this, or are they going to have separate tiers like USL-A, USL-B, USL-C?
So let me pull up the article from The Athletic. So the tweet itself, the article is from Tom Bogert and Jeff Reuter, who write for The Athletic. They're set for a milestone vote on the adoption of a promotion relegation system. The plan is for 3 pro tiers, potential restructure in 2024, promotion relegation in 2025, and then sources say they're optimistic, but it's not certain that it gets passed.
Mm-hmm.
But I even, we've talked about this on Outside the Box, too, when we were tinkering with the idea of the PLL introducing promotion and relegation at one point, just the banter and the fun that would be. This, I think, is the closest any American sport has gotten to the concept of promotion and relegation.
Well, considering that every other soccer league around the world does it, I wouldn't see why not. I just don't think that it will be as successful if they don't get the MLS on board. If the MLS is supposed to be the premier soccer league that's in your country, it should have a promotion and relegation. You should be able to take the top 3 teams from the second best league in the U.S. and bring them to the MLS because they deserve it. And then the worst 3 teams in the MLS should get sent down. And it should be the same thing with all the other leagues, right? So, for example, the New York Cosmos are one of the most storied soccer teams in the United States history. However, they've never played in the MLS. They've never been an MLS team. The New York Cosmos have always been a USL team. And, you know who's played for them? Pele. You know who's played for them? Eric Cantona. Actually, the USL has had numerous big names, legends of the sport. Gerd Muller came and played in the USL for a little bit. They have had Bobby Moore, the legendary center back who won England its first World Cup trophy, played in the United States for a little bit. So, like, the USL has way more history than the MLS, in my opinion. But if the MLS is supposed to be the big one with the big TV rights and all this other stuff, it needs to get on board with this as well. I think that this is good for the development of soccer in this country, but it won't be anything until the MLS gets involved in it.
So the article says, if you somehow think continuing on our current trajectory will make us competitive and where we all want to be, you're fooling yourself, one USL owner told The Athletic. The reality is MLS will destroy USL long-term on our current trajectory, but if USL successfully adopts promotion and relegation and can get Division 1 sanctioning for the top level, it'll be transformed. USL was founded in 1986.
It'll beat out the MLS.
Yeah. USL was founded in 1986, established the second division sanctioned championship in 2011, and the third division League One in 2019. And it says, although it previously included MLS affiliate clubs among its ranks for nearly a decade, this year is the first year without any MLS 2 teams or a formal relation of any kind with MLS.
No. Minnesota United used to be a USL team, and they became a MLS team. They got adopted into the MLS as an expansion. I think Austin FC was the same way. It's so weird, American sports, man. American sports and the way that they structure their leagues, and like you have these minor leagues where each team is affiliated to a major team, like, and those players are the rights of those players belong to the owning club or the affiliate club, kind of like the G League and stuff like that, or Major League Baseball has like AA, single A, triple A. Like it's really weird. Instead of just being like, okay, there's just lower leagues. You know, if you want to bring players, like the whole, like, you have to trade players, like these players are assets to your team, but the only way that they can leave your club is if you trade them or their contract runs out and they become a free agent, instead of, okay, there will be free agents, but also we want that player from your club, name a price, we'll send you the money. Like, why isn't everything like that? Why isn't everything, hey, we have minor leagues, this minor league team can work their way up to the majors if they win a championship and get promoted, right? If you're a single A baseball team, but for some reason your club has been running it really well, next thing you know, you get promoted to AA, you get promoted to AAA, maybe you win the AAA championship and now you're in the MLB, right? Like, stuff like that would make it a lot more interesting for everybody, right? It would make being a fan of like teams that aren't in the top league worthwhile because you have something to root for.
Right.
Like, if you're a fan of a USL team now, it's like, so they're not an MLS team, they're not winning the MLS Cup, right? Oh, you won a USL title. Like, you see where it's coming along, or like, oh, you play in the G League, you play for the Delaware Bluecoats. Like, okay, but what if the Delaware Bluecoats were its own entity? They played in the second division of basketball, and the next thing you know, they won the title, and now they're up in the NBA. That would be cool. That would be cool. This system could make the USL the premier American soccer league. You could potentially see guys move from the MLS to the USL. It just needs to have exposure. It needs to have investors. It needs to have money. Because what the MLS has that the USL doesn't have is massive sums of money. They have Lionel Messi. You see where I'm going? Like, they have the pedigree of being able to sign, like, have these players come here. It's established. It has the TV rights. It's not what the USL is.
Right.
And I think that this is a step in the right direction. But I also do agree with the take that if they don't do this, that the USL could be dwarfed by the MLS. But then there's no room for advancement for the sport. Like, the MLS just grows bigger, but, like, what is it? Players are never going to leave Europe and come play in the U.S. Right? They're not going to in their primes. They'll come at the end of their careers, just like everybody else does. Ibrahimovic
and play for either the geolocation that best suits their post-playing career, or they're going to do what he who must not be named, Gareth Bale, does and goes and plays for fucking LAFC last year and rips our hearts out as
Yeah,
Philadelphia
exactly.
Union fans.
And that's the thing, right? You've got like Gareth Bale came at the end of his career, Messi end of his career, Ibra end of his career, Gerrard, Lampard, Pirlo, Beckham. All the end of his career. Well, technically not Beckham, but because Beckham was still like kind of like his late prime, but then he was like in Milan, and then he came back from Milan to LA, and then he finished his career at PSG. Like it was his career was weird, yeah. But you've got all these former big name guys, but they come at the end of their career, like you said, someplace that they want to retire to, or wherever they're just paying them the most money, right? Like think of all the teams these guys have gone to: Gerrard, Ibra, Beckham, all went to LA Galaxy. Bale, LAFC. Vela, LAFC. Pirlo, Lampard, New York's NYCFC, right? They went to New York City. Lampard mainly because he was with the City, and that's the City affiliate, so they went back and forth. New York has a big Italian community, so Pirlo going there isn't that big of a surprise. Lorenzo Insigne, Toronto, another big place with a lot of Italian influence. Messi, Miami. Do I need to say anything else, right? So it's retiring. You're just going and going to a place where you feel comfortable. You can make a lot of money and not have to play as hard. That's all it is. There needs to be more competition. There needs to be more of a sense of this is what we're working for, because not only will that be attractive to players overseas, but that'll just help develop soccer in this country to the next level where we can start being way more competitive as a league in the world.
Yeah, and I mean, even though he's American, Landon Donovan did the same thing. Went to Europe and then came back, played in LA, and now he's part of managerial group for USL team in San Diego. Yeah, I learned about the USL during the pandemic because Forward Madison followed me on Twitter.
Okay.
You want to talk about some great kits? Forward Madison knows how to do it. Shout out to the Mingos.
Fair enough. You sent me this. I love this. Everybody, the seasoned people that know ball know about King Kazu. But Kazuyoshi Miura, he is 56 years old. He is a Japanese legend. He's been playing soccer forever. He has signed a new contract with Portuguese side UD Oliveirense, who's in the second tier of Portuguese football. When his deal is up, he'll be 57. He's been professionally playing a year before Lionel Messi was born.
That's insane.
Stupid.
That is hashtag feel old yet?
He's still playing.
That is wild.
Shout out King Kazu. I mean, everybody loves this guy. EA even gave him a sick FIFA card last year. I loved using that card. That was fun. You bring that card out and people would look at you, and then you get a lot of rage quits with that one. People would get very angry at you when you scored with that card. It was cool though. Shout out to him, man. Shout out to him.
Now I'm intrigued. Now I got to look up. So Messi started playing professionally in 2003, 2004.
Mm-hmm.
We were in 4th grade.
Mm-hmm.
Now, those lists that it's in 2004, this was the number 1 song on the Billboard charts.
Yeah.
Now I'm intrigued to see what was all of that when Kazu started playing.
Yeah, so he's been playing a year before Messi was born, right? So what year was Messi born?
Messi was born June 24th, 1987.
So Kazuyoshi Miura has been playing since 1986 professionally. 1986.
Do you want to know how much gas cost per gallon at the end of 1986?
Please tell me.
50 cents a gallon.
Hey! Now it's 80 times that. It's 8 times that amount now.
Number 1 song on the Billboard chart in 1986. That's what Friends are for. Dion and Friends.
Huh? Who?
It was Dionne Warwick, Gladys Knight, Elton John, and Stevie Wonder.
Oh, okay. Damn, that's a heavy hitting cast. Never heard the song.
That's crazy.
King Kazu, absolute legend, man.
Number 1.
Absolute legend.
Number 1 movie in 1986. The original Top Gun.
Sick. Sick. The original, kids. The original. Not
Kazu's
this
been
one that
playing
you guys
long
know.
enough that both Top Gun and Top Gun Maverick were in theaters during his playing career.
Shout out King Kazu, man. Shout out.
That's insane.
Yeah, man. Yeah, these episodes are fun. The little random, just shoot the shit. Like, let's talk about some random
Just
shit.
riff.
Because, like, most of the time we have so much information to talk about that, like, Matt and I don't always get to do that. We're always, like, uber analysts.
Which would be fun for you guys to do, because you have that. I was talking to somebody about that. I was like, when you guys go off and just riff, it's some of the funniest content our company puts out because of how your friendship is.
It's a content factory. That's what
Like
it is.
the 2 or 3 videos we posted on the Top Ends TikTok, go follow that at FC Top Ends, are 2 of the funniest videos I think in company history. Your choking spit take, and you backwards with the Trevor Baptiste sunglasses on, looking like the Matrix / Squirtle Squad.
But these.
And you did like a pseudo take on Chris Collinsworth's like chair slide, but it was a chair spin.
Yeah.
You had that, the Queen Elizabeth video.
Hey! Yeah, that's all Matt. I don't take credit for that one.
Hilarious.
I have my evil villain glasses on, but I don't take credit for that one. I'm going to walk around with these in my backyard too and see if my neighbors notice.
You should roll up day 1 of coaching this year, just in the TB9s.
Yeah. Pontari, what are those? Don't worry about them. If I have these on, y'all better run.
Y'all better run quick.
Yeah, and that's what I mean. You're running. Get on the line. I was like, here, you want to talk about your day? Let's talk about your feelings. Nah, give me 17 million burpees.
Give me that speed, boy.
You need to throw up before you head home. That's if you haven't thrown up by the end of practice, go run 3 more laps. Let's see how it goes.
Oh, I thought of this too today as a final thought take, because we've seen it across sports. Obviously, the PLL has done it since day 1. It's been fantastic. Baseball has started to do it on like the Sunday Night Baseball broadcast, and then the NFL does it in a post-production type way. You think we'll ever see soccer teams mic players up?
I don't know. Maybe. I mean, the jerseys are so tight, and like you have to keep the technology, and they're running so fast. I mean, like football players, there's so many places you can hide, like the mic in, and there's the padding. NBA is like the one where you're like, damn, they do move a lot, and like they're able. So like maybe it could get done. I don't know.
I feel like that's the one sport we really haven't seen like the mic'd up stuff hit.
I mean, like you hear in the PLL, like when they try to like tune into somebody, you hear like, so like,
especially when like Trevor or
wouldn't that be the kind of the same thing in like soccer? Like it just be like,
I guess you would have to kind of have like.
Has it been done before? Has there been like mic'd up soccer? Like,
let's see.
Like there's MLS mic'd up like preseason. And then there's a lot of videos of like semi-pro people and like stuff doing it there, or like people are at training.
They've mic'd up referees in the Premier League.
Yeah.
Which, hey, the PLL does that too. Matty Palin. That'd be fascinating, though. I feel like with soccer,
like
because it is so run-heavy, you'd probably have to have somebody on the mic, too. Like, there'd have to be some sort of, like, on-off in, like, a truck so that you're not just hearing, ASMR heavy breathing as someone makes their way up the field.
Yeah. That'd be interesting, though. I'd like to see it.
Goalie mic'd up during a shootout.
Yeah, there's not a lot of... I don't know if there's not a lot of, like, talking, though. Like, there's some, but, like... there's not.
That would
like,
be censored content because if
yeah.
ball gets by the goalie,
there's not like a lot of time to like actually like talk either.
Yeah.
When you think about it, right? Like it's 45 minutes of like straight focus. It's not like in American sports where there's like breaks, right? Where like you're on the sideline or you're stopped and you're like you have time to talk and you can hear it, right? It's going to be a lot of like in-game communication.
Yeah,
that's what you're going to hear, and that's cool. That's cool. It's a good teaching tool for the younger kids, showing them the importance of communication. But you're not going to get that like quality viral moments like you do all the time. Like in training, yeah, you're going to get that into training, and I think that's why you see a lot more mic'd up training videos for soccer players. Than
you're not going to get Cam Newton calling out Clay Matthews.
Yeah, you're not going to get that kind of stuff. I mean, maybe you can, like, maybe, you score a goal and in the celebration, like they're saying some shit like that would be, but, or like after a foul or something, but there's not a lot of time. Like, I guess you could get some insight into like what's being said when players crowd the referee and argue a call.
Yeah.
I feel like that's it.
I feel like the only other alternative would be mic up managers.
That would be cool.
The amount of expletives that would probably fly would.
Yeah, you would. Yeah,
the dumb button would be getting overtime.
Yeah, you'd have to filter the content for sure.
Let us know in the YouTube comment section. I think that's all I got. Is there anything else?
I don't have anything.
So there it is.
We've been talking for almost 2.5 hours. So
look at us.
I mean,
who would have thought?
Yeah, like Matt does it on a Wednesday anyway. He does the main pod, and then are you doing the main pod without him?
Yeah, Pat Pitt's filling in.
And you got that in an hour, so you got to talk more.
Yeah, that and then streamer season. We got Marvel and Emmy noms.
You see this? Look, this is for the YouTube video, so I got to point this way. You see this man right here? The amount of work he puts in for the
OTB tomorrow. I'll be in Connecticut this weekend.
For the why is the word going out of my head for the network? I don't know why I couldn't think of network. You see the amount of work this guy puts in for the network, man. Like, not only did he hop on Top Bins, he's still doing his main show and his other spinoffs that he does for the network. But he also decided to sit in on a pilot program. He could have left me here just to talk by myself without any help.
Do it for the people.
Just ramble on. But if I was unhinged and able to just ramble on by myself, who knows? I may have talked for like 2 hours straight. So, Kyle, it's been a pleasure.
Always, man. Everybody subscribe to Top Bins wherever you get your podcasts. Leave a review, leave a rating. Subscribe to the Underground Sports Philadelphia YouTube channel, youtube.com/@UndergroundSportsPhiladelphia. Company-wide mission to get to 1,000 subscribers before DJ's birthday on September 4th. Otherwise, he's going to have to move to Alaska. So, there's your warning. Got to get him there. Otherwise, he's moving even further away from us, and that's not ideal.
No.
I don't want to send the man to the Northern Lights.
No.
So, yeah.
TikTok, too.
YouTube. TikTok, follow us there. Top Bins is on Threads as well, @TopBinsPod. Instagram, Twitter, FC Top Bins. TikTok is FC Top Bins. And follow Dom on Twitch.
Yeah. Follow me on Twitch @HarryApe. In Twitter @HarryApeFUT. I'm @HarryApe on TikTok as well. I'm not on Threads yet, but I think I'm going to be getting on there soon. So Especially if Threads does not change the quality of videos that are uploaded to the feed.
The video quality's kind of better. And it doesn't matter what format it's in. You can post 9x16, 16x9, 1x1, 4x5, and it all shows up. And here's the other thing too. You get the 10 photo carousel like Instagram.
Listen, guys, hop on the Threads. I'm going to be hopping on there soon. I'm hoping that if I do hop on Threads, I can get a Harry 8-foot. So be on the lookout for that.
Yeah, so follow us there, and Top Bins will be back next week. I believe Matt will be back from the old honeymoon excursion. So we'll have plenty of Italy stories. And, yeah, it's always a pleasure hopping on here. Subscribe to the pod, and the boys will see you next week.